NSFW, what is sex like when you're old, 80 plus? Similarly to you, DCJONES 2014, my mom worked in a nursing home and caught them doing it all the time. Best story I know of was this. A 101-year-old retired nun was caught with a 99-year-old retired naval officer by the nun's family. They were so mortified that she had lost her virginity to this man and broken her vows that they sued the nursing home, and my mom was required to testify. At the hearing, it was stated by the prosecutor that she, the 101-year-old nun, was no longer capable of thinking for herself due to her age and thus suffered from diminished capacity. She was therefore not of sound mind and the home was liable. Defense brought in a psychologist who had given her a series of tests that showed her of sane mind. The clincher though was the nun's own personal recorded statement that pretty much recorded her as saying, "I got tired seeking comfort with my sisters 40 years ago and wanted to feel the touch of a man as a last wish to myself." Case was dropped and she had passed before it officially went to trial. Edit, run on sentence fixed. Good for her, beep, who doesn't want a bit of peen sometimes? Edit spelling. Sometimes you get some, and sometimes you get none. We always wondered what she meant by seeking comfort from her sisters. It's been a family joke for years. I'll attempt it at age 112. It's not related, but I just thought I'd say this. 112 is 911 where I'm from. Have a nice day. Edit, for everyone asking, Croatia. 011899 Neen, 8819 Neen, 91197253. A crowd. From what I can gather from this thread, 80-year-olds get more beep than the vast majority of petulant Redditors. My time is yet to come. So is my asterisk. If you do it doggy style, each jet will have your balls smack her in the face. How do I unread something? I'm going to go grab a blowtorch and burn my eyes. From what I hear, at least around where I live, STIs are weirdly common on people over 70, because they decide to be super active at that age and don't wear protection. While repairing my grandpa's laptop, I saw that beep is still a thing in this age. I had to fix my granddad's because hackers apparently put beep in his internet history. I work with the elderly and know of a few who use prostitutes. It's a pain in the beep for their assisted living managers as you have randoms coming in and out. Danger there also is the beep workers would then give AOB stories to get money out of one old man I know, and he would give away his pension and then have nothing for food or bills. One old fella I worked with had posters of topless women all over his bedroom wall, literally plaster like wallpaper all over, and would ring beep lines and run up huge bills. It ceased to exist in my 40s, so I'm guessing more of the same. BRUH. I don't see it a lot at the home where I work, but there are a few more promiscuous ladies. Mostly old dudes asking the CNAs for favors or looking down their shirts or touching them inappropriately. I'm a male in my 30s. I get propositioned semi-jokingly probably 4 to 5 times a year. You think it's a joke, but it's not. Well, according to my mom who used to work at a nursing home, they're very active. Apparently they also had a residential R**pest there too that the staff had to watch like a hawk, because he kept attacking all the bedridden women. They couldn't really do anything legally though to remove them from the facility because he wasn't considered mentally competent anymore. So yeah, that was a thing. WTF. Just go to the old people home, grab the boombox and hit the turbo bass. Although what happens next will be a total disgrace. I knew it was the boiled goose. You think 80-year-olds are cruising Reddit in the middle of the night? Nope, they're too busy banging. A really smooth bowel movement. My mom used to work as a nurse in a nursing home, and she would tell me the old people were like rabbits. She would walk in on them all the time. And the functioning guys would get more women than they ever had when they were young. Because men die earlier and then a lot of men get AIDS, so if you are an older guy with a functioning beep, the ladies were all over you. You were in high demand. That's enough Reddit for today. A nice note to end on. Good for those dudes just living the high life. They're living on a prayer. My 90-year-old nan used to tell me, you just have to use a lot more lube, gets dry down there. Lol. Like 2 sacks of potatoes smashing together. Like hairless cats fighting in a pile of pizza dough stolen from the Goldbergs. An older guy the first used to work with once said his wife was very traditional, so it was only a missionary, for the most part. He said she had amazing beep though, and he always wanted to beep them. He bought a Tempur-Pedic fully adjustable bed for Christmas as a present for both of them. Next time she was in the mood, he tilted her upper body just right and finally got to beep her beep, while they were going at it in missionary. YTF, you wondering? Good question. I was discussing beep with a friend of mine and the conversation came to this. Neither of us knew, so thought Reddit might be able to help out. I was hoping to find answers like I forgot. Like climbing pizza dough. Kinky. I mean, I'm in my teens, a boob-shaped shadow would make me crazy. In 20s I had to spend some time on Pornhub for that particular video. Now, in my early 30s, I have to dig darknet for hours just to get hard. I'm scared to think what would make me horny in my 80s. Sounds like you have a problem, my man. I hope it's still bomb. I'm still trying to deep throat and ride at 80. Thumbs only. Old people get more beep than young people because young people still think they have time to wait, and old people think they waited too long. It depends. There's a place in Florida called The Villages where many old people go to retire. It's known to be a huge swinger community with a loofah-based communication system where the color of the loofah indicates the kind of stuff you're into. It's also known to have its own strain of gonorrhea. I imagine it's really dry and powdery. Feels soft and silky but bone dry. I'm gonna be really honest, I don't wanna know. Here's an upvote anyway. It is a dry period now. For some 20 years it has been the same. I'm 20. So do the math. Reminds me of a joke I heard years ago. Man and woman decide to stay in the same hotel room they stayed at during their honeymoon for their 60th anniversary. Man goes into the bathroom to do his nightly bedtime routine, comes out to find his wife naked, standing in her head, legs wide apart. Shocked to see this, he says, "Gertrude, why are you like this?" Gertrude answers, "I figured since you can't get it up anymore, the least you could is drop it in. All I wonder is if older women still naturally get wet down there, or do they have to use lube?" Who TF is 80 plus and uses Reddit? It would take longer because you need to take the dentures out first. Imagine your whole body is made out of saggy beef cheeks and they're all clapping, unenthusiastically. I don't know, I'm not 80 plus. Neither have I had asterisk. Really good because of the Alzheimer I keep forgetting that I already had beep and do it again. What asterisk?